And we are back, everyone, for game... Actually, this is number 1, isn't it? Well, I'm just losing my mind. Casting so many games, I don't even know what's going on. But it's going to be between Dayshi as the red Terran in the top left versus Slivko as the blue Zerg in the bottom left. The map, of course, is Red City LE. Wow. So I have been casting and watching games all day long. I was actually just like, was it an hour ago? I don't know how long ago it was. I was watching Huskies Imba League with all units having stim. Now that was insane. Not even the all units having blink. That was crazy too. Either way, Blink Zergling just OP. Still Stimling. Stimling. Oh god. Anyway, back to Seriousville and Serious Land. We will be talking about serious things. Like this game, for example. Either way, we will be continuing on. I don't know. Is it okay for me to muddle my way through some of the opening bits? I mean, I guess I'm asking your permission for something that I'm going to do no matter what you say. So perhaps that's just a tad awkward for me to ask. Anyway, if you're wondering what I'm doing with the map, I'm just checking to see how precisely mirrored everything is, because I design my own maps, as I think I've mentioned for like 3 dozen replays now. Probably need to stop doing that. We do have a 15 hatch coming down here, and also command center first. We'll just have to scroll up this old way to get there. There we go. Okay, good. I was just making sure that it wasn't my palm guard or something, because for some reason the palm guard, you know, when you hit a button it stops moving your mouse. That keeps resetting itself on my computer, as I found out to my horror in a ladder match just today, actually. Platinum Zerg, who I just felt like I was going to crush, but my mouse would not work, and I just got smashed. It wasn't pretty. Either way, we are going to be seeing fairly standard things out of both of them so far. Nothing too exciting going on. I do have to wonder what all this is. I mean, it's called Red City, so I suppose that this is part of a city? It's sort of awkward that the city is underwater. I'm going to have to figure out what kind of doodads these are, because they look interesting, to say the least. Indeed they are. Okay, enough silence, enough of that. We are seeing the orbital commands come up for Dayshi. Ugh. Okay. Gotta refocus myself. Jeez, do not know what is wrong with me. These games have been so exciting that now when it's not exciting, I just can't do anything. We are seeing the factory come down. Probably will be seeing the Hellions come out then. Not really a surprise. I feel like ZVT is the longest match to really get going, or rather it's, well, basically, you know, it's sort of a slower matchup when you're like, oh, he went command center first instead of barracks then command center. And while there is quite a difference made by those things, they're still going to be getting the factory and the reactor, and you know this is going to happen. You just do. So, ZVT, I mean, if ZVZ is my favorite, ZVT is my least favorite. I think it's probably, it makes sense that Zerg would encompass the best and worst of StarCraft. Because that's just what the Zerg is. That's just how they do. Because that is how Zerg do. Either way, we will be seeing a starport coming out immediately here, and a tech lab, probably for a Banshee, something I used to be surprised by, but now am utterly not. Very common to see Banshees out of this Hellion Banshee, a very, very common choice. The question will be whether we'll be seeing how many Banshees, basically. Any more than 1 or 2 would be sort of an indication of something a little more major, but I doubt we will. Those Hellions are going to be moving out across the map. Of course, there's always the question of how much damage they will be able to do. Obviously, this is sort of being a 2-base roach play from Slivko here. We are not seeing a third base or any indication of a third coming out, but we are seeing roaches and Gilio reconstruct. There's the Nidus network coming down. We are looking at Nidus play. We saw this used to great effect against Huck, and then again we had an Overlord over here able to spot a Nidus into the dark areas on the map. What will we be seeing out of Slivko? Remember, for this to work, the Nidus does not necessarily have to be inside his... Oh god. I just realized where he might put it. I don't think Dayshi can see that area. He cannot. So he's going to have to be very careful here all of a sudden, as there might be a Nidus coming down at any time. On the other hand, the Banshee is out. We'll be making quite a difference. We are getting Banshee number 2. Makes sense versus this high roach count. We are seeing the Nidus will come down inside the main base. Can he see it? He does now, and he will be taking it down. That instant reaction, that will fall, is not going to make it out. Nidus dies. We are seeing another Nidus come down there, though. So at first you don't succeed. Nidus again. And what's that? The Banshee could just possibly be scouting that out. Is he going to go up there? Oh, and the Queens and the Roaches are now inside the wall off. It is doom and gloom. All of a sudden, he needs to use his Queens to defend that Nidus from if he plans to go on and keep this up. Question is, how much of this can he do? As there are Widowmines and Banshees and Hellions and SCVs. I feel like he cannot really keep this up. There goes the Transfuse down. More Roaches entering the fray. One Queen goes down. One Banshee goes down. But there's SCVs killing the Queen and the Roaches. And another Queen enters the fray. So maybe not as good. No, that Queen decides to retreat. It is a lost cause. And the Nidus Swarm does indeed collapse. That battle was won by Dayshi. But always, as I say, at what cost? We will find out here shortly. Workers killed 19. Wow. That is more than enough to make that worth it if he can survive this pushback. Obviously, those Banshees are going to be a lot of trouble. They do have quite the attack with their backlash rockets. On the other hand, these Roaches moving out. Now, who is this going to favor if this becomes a base trade? I feel like Dayshi has the advantage because of the Widowmines, if nothing else. And the Wall-Off, of course, going to be very useful. He will lose a lot, but it will not be a base trade. These units are going to rush back to defend. Slivko catching this at just the right time. That will, of course, not yet be cancelled. But what is he going to do? I almost feel like he should have ran up here and tried to get that, but that wouldn't really help him too much. That Widowmine does get a hit off, it seems, getting 1 kill on the recruit Rhythm. God, I don't even know what I'm saying. Either way, we still have Banshees, or Roaches. Those are not Banshees. If that was the... if Zerg could make Banshees, that would be crazy. But these Roaches are going to be doing a lot of damage, but there's a tank out. Do they snipe the tank down? That would just be too good to believe. And indeed it was. The tank does survive. The tank, of course, will be providing that extra degree of protection that Dayshi really needs right now. I swear I speak English. I really do. I swear. Nevertheless, how much will it matter with this Spire on the way? This battle really is just beginning for Dayshi, who's going to have to go uphill from here. That tank, of course, doing some damage. That Marauder getting a little ambitious there. Luckily does get pulled back, because I mean, look at that. It's like, yeah, that's right, I'm 1 shot away from death. I think I'm going to go and engage the enemy. Yeah, that makes sense, Marauder, you do that. Kaboom, baby. Now we are going to watch some Gosu Banshee Micro, but he has to get out of there. That static defense, do not mess around. Why do they have so much frickin' HP? It's crazy. I mean, they do. Look at that, 400 HP, and it heals. I mean, that is just indeed crazy. Nevertheless, the Banshee is going to have to move on home. We do have a couple of roaches moving out here, taking that watchtower. We're going to be supporting this group over here. The question is whether or not they can do anything with that. That force there is definitely more than enough to defeat both of these roaches combined. That Banshee is going to be shooting at them as they run away, not able to escape from the air. Or are they? Because the Banshee only has 2.75 movement speed. Roaches, of course, have 3 with the upgrade. I think that... Does that really make sense lore-wise? That the Banshee is slower than a roach? Oh my god, roaches on creep. That is so OP! No, it's not OP. Well, these muralists inside the main base are going to be giving Dayshi a headache. The question is whether or not he can even come back from this, or, I mean, he has lost so many workers! He has oh god, we're just going to keep this up for a while. 55, let's see, 56. This is just insane. Slivko just on the attack. One thing after another. Dayshi just cannot really keep this up, I don't think. Slivko is, of course, not taking all that many bases himself, but he does have a base advantage over his opponent, which, of course, will be very useful for him, and there goes down his 4th, which he will, of course, need if he wants to keep this up, and the 3rd finally down for Dayshi. The only question is whether or not he can keep it. I mean, look, these mutas are going to be moving in. I wonder if they'll be scared off by that missile turret. They certainly have enough there to defeat it, should they want to. Focusing it down will come at a cost. Notice that it has way less health than that, and of course those SCVs react quickly, but not quickly enough. It's too late. Muta's going to be taking this one to lane. Mining time, definitely. Maybe taking out the orbital command all by themselves. We do have Marines going to be stimming over there. There's not enough Marines, though. They do manage to scare the Mutas away only for a little bit until the Mutas realize there's only a few Marines. Oh, but all of a sudden, Dayshi's in the main base. But does he even have Marines here? No, there's Banelings are going to be hitting those tanks. Tanks are going to be absorbing most of the damage, but I feel like you wanted the tanks more than anything else because they need to be able to deal with those roaches. We have the Mutalisks going to be flying back across. Remember, they do, of course, happen to put this away now at the 64 kill mark. Oh my god, remember the Mutalisks do have that 4 movement speed. They will be able to get here shortly, and they will probably be able to clean this up, starting with that tank who is just going to be removed from play. There it goes, and the Banshee may just be next. Yep, there that goes too. And now all of a sudden, Dayshi is in trouble. All these units streaming in won't be able to help much versus the amount of force that Slivko has, and they know it. They're running back home. Will they get in the medevacs and try and boost away? I don't think they will, but they might have to. They really don't have another choice versus this. And there goes those. Will we see a boost? Or will my mouse just decide to go weird on me? No, those Marines die in the air, crashing to their fiery demise. As all of a sudden, Slivko is going to be engaging this. We do see a nice arc just in time, scaring that off just a bit. And this game will continue to move on. Thor on the way will be providing some of the defense he needs to deal with the Muta and the roaches. We do have a bunker coming down. You know that's never a good sign when you have to get a bunker to defend your own bases. Normally you only need that first bunker in the beginning, and after that it's sort of footloose and fancy free. Can't believe I just said that. Whatever. Do not blame me. We do have the hit going on there, which means Dayshi knows about this, and how is he even going to be able to react, though? The Thor, of course, moving in, and there we go. There's the shots from the Thor and the stim. Remember that Mutalisks can actually kill Thors if they had magic box correctly. That's just, I'm just going to say that all of a Thor's ability to deal with Mutalisks is in its splash damage. And nothing else. That seemed a little bit... Oh, no, but it was an empty medevac doing the scouting against those Mutas. You will be able to get a few shots off here at them. Not that that matters all that much because Mutas have tissue regeneration. Either way, all of a sudden this army here not looking as terrifying as one might expect. But where? Holy crap, that is not right. Where is his army supply? Where is that supply in? 26 Mutalisks. Are they all... Is this really 193? This can't be. There has to be... What? I don't even know how many mutas are there? Oh, I suppose there's 52 supply worth of Muta. Oh my gosh, I was not aware. I just looked at that supply difference and I'm like, whoa, Dayshi. I was thinking he had the stronger looking army, but that Thor looks small when you consider that number. Actually, that Thor just sort of looks small right now, almost like I zoomed out or something. I don't know. It's going to be... Oh, here we go. Here's the engagement. That Thor needed to pull back with its foes, with its friends. It was not able to, was slaughtered down. The Banelings just cleaning all those things up, and the Roaches dealing with the rest. Mutalisk more than enough, I feel like, to clean this up. They will not engage those forces. Maybe it's an upgrade thing. Maybe. I believe it. God, if I could just catch the Mutalisk moving so fast. Yeah, those Mutalisks not quite at the upgrade level of these Marines. So who knows what that could mean. Whew. We do have the 4th base finally coming down for Dayshi. If he can defend it, if he can keep this up. That is the question, because so far he has been on the ropes this entire match. Slivko just pouring it on, not planning on stopping anytime soon. By the looks of it, engaging that Marine had a short but sweet life. Holding that tower. You know, maybe it wasn't a sweet life. I don't know. How good does your life have to be ended by Zerg and not worry about it too much? I don't know. What I do know is those Lings are going to be moving in and finding a base with nothing there to defend it. The army's in the wrong spot and he knows it. All of a sudden, this force is going to be splitting in between those two bases. He's going to be catching them at this choke, which might actually help the Terrans more than the Zerg. And the Zerg do pull back slightly and begin to try and go for that, but all of a sudden he's surrounded on every side. I feel like he might have actually been able to push into the main base. Not sure if that quite is worth it. We do see a scan coming down, maybe against burrowed Banelings. Whoever knows. This force here, just so quick and mobile, not much that Terran is really able to do against it right now. Do have that Ling going to be scouting around, supported by a couple of Mutas. Everything comes right back in. Terran not able to deal with this for the most part. I almost feel like he needs like something here, like a couple of walls. Or a wall, I don't even know. What's this? Again, the scan. Maybe it's to prevent them from going over this. I do not know. I would love to find out. All of a sudden, we're going to find out how fragile those Mutalisks really are as the Marines do begin to engage. Does he have another Thor? He does not. Thors are not going to be in play anymore as I continue to hit wrong buttons. Check to see if he has a Thor. Indeed, no. And we are going to see this army move out, possibly to this location over here. Going to be seeing if there is a base there. There will not find anything. Nope, he is going to be engaging over here. But once again, the units are all in the wrong place at the wrong time. He doesn't have anything to defend this base, and the Mutilator is going to stream in. I take that back. He does have Widow Mines to defend it. The only question is whether or not they will be of any effect. Nice hit on those Mutalisks, but not enough because his army is a map away. So these guys are loose in the base. Oh god, that is just wrong for the poor Terran Dayshi. I don't even know how do you deal with this when all of a sudden you realize you're about to attack your opponent and they're already in your base and they run. No, oh god, they are getting a lot of Banelings though. They go down hard. All of a sudden Slivko does have a slight advantage here. Or sorry, Dayshi has a slight advantage here. Very, very slight. Don't know what will come of it. We do have Broodlords on the way from Slivko. These games are always so fast I can barely keep up. Whew, don't even know how to describe them. For the most part, we do have the engagement begin right into the Broodlord. It's not even going to happen. I just realized where probably all that supply that I couldn't figure out where it was, probably in Corruptors, that I just somehow did not see on that because everything is happening. All of a sudden, Vikings are coming out, but are they too little, too late is the question. I'm thinking yes, we still have quite the mute account here. More than enough to deal with a couple of Vikings, and the Vikings are the only things that can deal with the Broodlord. So all of a sudden, Dayshi is in trouble. His only advantage that it'll take forever for the Broodlords to even reach him. But the Broodfester is going to be difficult to beat. Of course, the Broodlords are going to be just murdering everything, and the Infestors are going to make sure they can't run away or dropping infested Terrans everywhere to stop them. Now, these don't have any sort of detection. No, they do. There is an Overseer following there. That is nice, because otherwise, I've seen Widow Mines do serious damage to Broodlords before. Not that we normally consider them doing that, but yes. Whew. Also, interesting note, they talk about Broodlords being fragile, but they're really not. Like, when you think about their health, they're actually quite healthy. Let's just put it that way. Either way, we do have these units ready here, and an arc all of a sudden going to be... Did it just... I wonder if a medevac will attempt to heal it. Changelings only have 1 health, I think. Either way, the Broodlords have finally reached this area. The only question is whether or not they will survive. Broodlords moving forward. The Vikings going to have to be engaging this if they want to do anything. We do have the Mulas moving in, though. He can't afford to lose these Vikings. There was the fungal, and he does indeed. There's nothing now he can do to stop those Broodlords. No, he actually does have Vikings. More than I thought he did, but they are fungled. They cannot pull back to any safe ground, not that you even can. Versus Mutalisk, and now how on earth is he supposed to deal with those Broodlords? He's trying to stem forward, but the Broodlings, and there's Queens? When did the Queens get here? That must have, I guess with Broodlords being as slow as they are, it's not feasible for the Queens to take their sweet time and make it there, even without the creep spread that we're seeing. Now all of a sudden Broodlords and Broodlings have got the main base. Remember, the Broodlings are also... How fast is a Broodling? Darn, that one has a lot. 3.84. Oh, we have a winner. Look at that. 3.84 for the movement speed. All of Broodling there. Very, very quick, very fast little buggers. Dayshi just getting torn to shreds. I'm honestly a little surprised we haven't seen a GG from him yet. What are we going to be seeing out of him? How does he plan to beat this? Because, I mean, if you don't say GG, I mean, I guess that still means you think you can win. I almost feel like if he wanted to keep this up, he'd have to load up and retreat. Now, not going to happen. There's the fungal. There are the Broodlords. Everything. The fight is still going on, but it's one of those times where you're just like, how do I say, Dayshi, you've lost? The game is over. And there was the well played, but no GG from Dayshi, unless I missed it, which I probably did. Dayshi's a very nice guy. I just want to say that now. Whew. What a game. What a game. What a game. And we're going to move on to game number 2 here in a second after I get a drink, because my throat is parched. I understand my day 9 is water next to him all the time. Anyways, BRB, folks, and we'll move on.